All right, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. A double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone, a salutations to the elect members who are scattered to the four winds of the earth. All right, teaching the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, also the multitude of believers who call upon that name of Yahweh Shai. All right, in these last and evil days, as the scripture goes, there is no other name whereby men, no other name under heaven given among men whereby we may be saved. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so we call upon the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, we respect his authority. All right, we reverence his name. All right, by not calling on any other name. Okay, and so here I found some very interesting, tidbit information. Okay, because I was saying to myself, what happened to Bill Gates? I haven't really been seeing him like that, and so I just searched to see what this guy was up to, and lo and behold, he's at a summit talking about AI. All right, and it's the spirit because I've been hearing a lot about AI within the last few days. All right, and I ran into this, and in fact, before I ran into that, I ran into this article, the Rothschilds wants merger between corporations, governments, and AI to save capitalism. All right. And so I actually did a lesson on this. Okay. Dealing with AI, you know, then ran into this small video, this small clip, okay, where they're saying that, they want AI to basically generate the ideal model of how society is ran and automate, how the economy is going to be ran. So, all right. So let me read this precept first because this is the first thing that came to mind. Revelations 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, all right, should be killed. All right. So now the image, all right, is going into, okay, this word icon.
Strong's G 1504, icon, icon.
All right. As it says here, an image, a figure, a likeness. Okay. And that image, the figure, and likeness is that of the old ancient Roman Empire. All right. The likeness is the power. All right, that the Roman Empire, had. All right, it's long stretching authority over the known world at that time. All right, and this system, today's system, mirrors that system. Okay, and influence. Okay, if you wasn't a Roman citizen in the ancient world, you wasn't nothing. You wasn't part of, this structure. All right, people, in the ancient world, it was, a privilege for them to be in a Roman citizen, just like it is today. It's a privilege for one to be, in a society so vast. All right, and so, you know, uh, how can I say advanced? Okay, so it's very similar to what the old world was. All right, or the old ancient Roman Empire is. So this is nothing new. It's the almost the exact thing when it comes to the infrastructure, the influence. All right, the entertainment. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, all right. Also, mainly, it's the its political system. Okay, so I'll read a little bit more. It says, "One in whom the likeness of any one is seen." All right, and America is in the likeness of the Roman Empire. All right, the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, it says applied to man on account of his power and of command. So, right, so America has that same type of power that the Roman Empire had. All right, so let's go back. It says, and he had power to give life. Okay, look this word life up. All right, pneuma.
Strong's G 4151, pneuma. Pneuma.
Okay. So the word life is pneuma, which I found this interesting right here. It says the disposition or influence which fills and governs the soul of anyone. Okay, well, keep that in mind. The disposition or influence which fills and governs the soul of anyone. Okay, because essentially this is what Esau is using this AI to do. Okay, to run its ideal model across the planet when it comes to economies. All right, especially emerging economies because they're pushing for that heavy. All right, they're pushing for the private sector and governments to come together and for like a humanitarian effort to uh, revamp the world economic system. All right, and bring certain technologies. All right, into one, one collective, body, so to speak. Okay. So here it says the efficient source of any power, affection, emotion, desire, etc. So efficient source of any power, affection, emotion, desire. Okay. All right. And this is what they're doing. Okay. They're allowing this thing, AI, because it's a very efficient to, to generate how society is going to be ran. Of course, it's going to be their ideal structure according to their guidelines, their plans. Okay. And so listen to what this guy says. All right. And then I got a few more videos. And Lord willing, this is edifying. So.
Bill Gates, one final question on AI. Do you how does that fit into your vision for?
Well, AI is such a powerful technology, and this recent advance where the AI can basically read and write, that's going to affect every human activity. And so we're using AI to find new drugs. We're using AI to look at climate change. And so all of our companies are going to move faster because AI helps them explore different solutions and move a lot better. So, certainly for challenges like this, AI is very much our friend.
Right. And so there you have it. Okay. So just a few more videos. Okay. And this video is from this article that I did a lesson on a few days back. Okay. Rothschilds wants merger between corporations, governments, and AI to save capitalism. All right. They want to save capitalism. The only capitalism we know is what we call predatory capitalism. All right. And then I believe the Elder Ariah had coined that phrase. Okay. Because all their version of capitalism is exploiting. At one point, it was exploiting slaves. All right, to create their wealth. Okay, so that they can pass it down to their generations, and so that they can be in good case. And that spawned a reaction of what depravity for you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's the only capitalism we know. But they want to save it by what? Bringing AI to the forefront. Governments and corporations. Now they really go into private or the private sector. All right, and we know what that entails. You got groups like BlackRock. All right, groups who have unlimited cash, I could say, for lack of better words. All right, the private sector is the part of the economy sometimes referred to as the citizen sector. All right, which is owned by private groups, usually as a means of establishment for profit or nonprofit, rather than being owned by the government. All right, and so we know the private sector actually does own the government because let's see. And that's who be at all these summits. All right, when you see these guys, Bill Gates and all these individuals who come together, all right, you have these private investors let's see, who are actually there in attendance. Okay. Let's see. So I know a few of them. I know one that always comes to mind is like BlackRock. All right. All right, let's see. So Salaki, give me a second. So basically, those groups who are in the private sector, they own a vast majority of the wealth in society. Okay, which I can't find them now, but you know, you get pretty much the gist. All right. They own everything, and that's what Esau is doing, consolidating power, controlling power, centralizing power under this one ideal. Okay. And essentially that's what the image of the beast is an ideal, all right, revamped and repackaged, all right, from the you know, the old ancient way, and now, you know, now they're using what? Technology and other means, all right? So they want to save capitalism through what? Combining the corporate government and the AI entities, all right? And they're using AI to a certain degree. Okay, so I'm gonna play a few of these videos. We can get a little bit more information. Oh, that's the model they use in inclusive capitalism. Okay, and this is the merger of which you're gonna go in. It's gonna say it.
È necessario urgente un sistema economico giusto, affidabile e in grado di rispondere alle sfide più radicali che l'umanità e il pianeta si trovano ad affrontare.
We are answering Pope Francis's challenge to create more inclusive economies that spread the benefits of capitalism more equitably and allow individuals to realize their full potential.
Right. Okay, and basically what it is it's going to be a complete change in how society is ran. Okay, especially as far as how economies function. Okay, and it has everything to do with centralizing power, bringing in new systems. You know, things that we always been talking about. You know, starting with the apostles, elders, all right, and bishops here at Great Millstone. All right. Okay, and here you see this. Of course, why? Because this is a big part of the change. How payments, all right, how we pay for things, all right, and what currencies we use to pay for things. We know we're going into a digital based currencies, and we know that we're going into a cashless society. All right. So
a majority of people around the world say that they think their families will be worse off in 5 years. That's a scenario that we simply can't accept.
Too much wealth has accreted to too few people.
If you make money, what's the point if you're not prepared to share it? If the people who help make that wealth for you can't live with dignity?
It's inclusive capitalism, though, and we have to recognize that starting from where we are to where we need to get to, we need to bring everyone along, and there will be adjustments that come with that.
We do need the private sector's ingenuity, capital, technology, people, everything, their passion to come to the party.
We want to operate in a sustainable way, where incentives are aligned across generations.
Along, and there will be adjustments that come with that.
We do need the private sector's ingenuity, capital, technology, people.
Yeah, MasterCard chairman of the board and CEO. So everybody's pretty much getting down with this. Okay, why? Because again, it's leading to that ideal world. Okay, and a big part of this is AI, being able to generate the ideal model, efficient enough for them, you know, pretty much to come together. All right, and again, and that the first precept I thought about was Revelations 13:15. It was and he gave life unto the image of the beast. All right. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, that the image of the beast should both speak. Okay. And yeah. And by now you should be able to put two and two together. That's why this, you know, this topic is always important. You know, it's always been important because we're supposed to be able to identify what the enemy is doing And as we can see, they're moving towards what we said that they would do. All right, a one world. All right, a one world religion, which they're going to go into explaining too. So
everything, their passion to come to the party.
We want to operate in a sustainable way, where incentives are aligned across generations, not just across quarters, and the main actors take a long-term perspective.
Aligning our innovation with the UN Sustainable Development Goals and the priorities of inclusive capitalism is both a business and sustainability imperative.
Two reasons I think why I'd say concrete commitments to inclusive capitalism matter. I mean, the first, and not to be underestimated, really important, is they can inspire other people. And the second thing that I would say around concrete public commitments is they can help build trust.
Leaders in the business community can be a unifying force. They can be a source of opportunity. They can be a source of understanding. So we as business leaders can step up and solve many of these economic problems.
I think business plays a very important role in resolving these challenges. I think businesses have to become, part of the solution through leadership by example and through leadership by incentives.
yeah, and the citizen really don't have much to benefit from this, except for universal basic income, and they told you what they want to do. All right, the guy Klaus Schwab, he said exactly what they want to do. Let me play this really quick.
The fourth industrial revolution is a combination of technological breakthroughs which will completely change business models, society, economies. The fourth industrial revolution is coming with enormous speed and will change not only what we are doing, but who we are. Change business models, technological breakthroughs which will completely change business models, society, economies. The fourth industrial revolution is coming with enormous speed and will change not only what we are doing, but who we are.
Right. Not only what they're doing, but who they are. Okay. And what is that? That's the not technocracy, but the other thing, transhumanism. All right, that's part of this thing too, as well. And all of these major heads, those are always their talking points. It's important to understand what's going on, just a little bit on at that level. All right, because this is what this is who is innovating and changing the world, quote unquote. Okay, not for the better, definitely not for the better. Okay, this is the model that they're pushing: inclusive capitalism. All right, what is the Council for Inclusive Capitalism with the Vatican? All right, because the Vatican, he's pretty much, through them that they're bringing through the religious order, they're bringing the economics and military together as well. So, all right. Council for Inclusive Capitalism with the Vatican, an effort led by some of the world's largest investment and business leaders. Launched today, it signifies the urgency of joining moral and market imperatives to reform capitalism into a powerful force for the good of humanity. And that's the guys, for the good of humanity. And it's not for the good of humanity. It's for the control and centralized power. All right. Because this guy said, what? You will own nothing and be happy. Klaus Schwab. Okay. All right. This is the ideal world that they have. And they got philosophies like global warming initiative, decarbonization, all that type of stuff that they're bringing to the world. Okay. And this is how the beast system, this is how the image of the beast is merging. The how can I say it? So the frameworks of the image of the beast are pretty much laid, all right? And it's going to open the door for the MOTB, the mark of the beast, okay, to easily come in, all right? Because that's going to be part of the technologies that they're going to be introducing to change, like he said, change who we are, All right. So let's go back just a little bit more, and then I got another video. Lord willing, this makes sense. And this is Lynn Forrester de Rothschild. All right. Whenever you see that name coming in, just think about Aaron Russo and the conversation that he had with Alex Jones. All right. That's all you need to really know. All right.
Of this earth. It's our duty to keep.
Check this out. I'm going to play it from the beginning. Sluggy. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the other video. Salaki on that. So I'm going to play her part, but then I'm going to go play the video that she's in discussing AI. All right, where'd she go?
Two reasons, I think, why I'd say concrete commitments to inclusive capitalism matter. I mean, the first, and not to be underestimated, really important, is they can inspire other people.
Stewards of this earth. It's our.
All right, here
we are stewards of this earth. It's our duty to keep it clean.
Right. She says stewards, and we know what a steward is dealing with like a manager. All right. And they're not cleaning the earth. They're destroying it. Okay. They're destroying it day by day. Okay.
And to keep it decent for future generations.
And that's evident that they're not keeping it decent for future generations. All right, because the massive amount of their energy goes to depleting the world's resources. All right, trying to build these electric cars because they have the ideal of zero emissions. All right, and it takes more. It takes creating batteries destroy the earth. All right, it takes much more energy and it takes much more. Let's see, it depletes more resources when you want to make these battery running cars. Okay. Then and it's actually more harmful to the environment than fossil fuels. Okay. So we know that's a lie. It's just a ploy, man.
I'm wanting to embark on this journey to provide the guidance and the assistance of the churches on social thought and whatever other consideration might be necessary, or the ethical or just social guidance, so that this group that has
right, they're talking about ethical and social guidance.
Have such a noble task of making capitalism work for the good of humanity, achieve this.
Right, capitalism never worked for the good of humanity. It only worked good for the elitists, the elite group, right? Because they can monopolize, and that's what they've been doing. In countries like these, they pretty much destroy the environment, and left the people to pick up the tab as far as how to clean up the environment. They don't clean up the environment. They poison water, so on and so forth. You got the ordeal with bauxite and how they create aluminum in Jamaica or in the West Indies. They're destroying the people's environment. You got red dust all over the place, all in people's destroying people's crops. It's all in people's in Jake's environment, destroying their environment. And it's sad, bro.
Let's go and land on target. So this is our vision. This is our purpose.
Look, the fact that different religions need to come together on all matters is just the crying need of the times in our world.
See, a one world religion. It's all bullshit, man.
Faith cannot be used to pull us apart. Faith is meant to bring us together. And the fact that I'm a Sikh and somebody else is a different religion, to me, doesn't matter.
Our work is indeed about social justice, which is rooted in the gospel.
Oh, please, man. Please. The Lord said he's going to destroy them that destroy the earth. Let me get that real quick. Revelations 11 and 18. It's like the Lord willing, this making sense, because it definitely points out, that they're making advancements towards the ideal model of how they want society to be ran with all the technology and everybody merging one world religion. You see what they're saying. Revelations 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath has come, right? And the time of the dead they should be judged. Now the dead represents Esau, Edom, okay, all right, and the heathen nations, all right, okay, the heathen nations. That's what the dead represents, okay. That they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, because that's coming, all right, and to the saints, and then that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, all right. So the Lord has had it with these individuals who have been ruling, okay. He's going to get rid of them, all right. So just a little bit more.
The idea that every person deserves to live in a just society.
Right. And now y'all come up with this ideal, and Jake, always got to be at the forefront. Okay. Now they want to, run the world like they're supposed to be running it. But that's not really the motive. The motive is to get rid of a massive amount of people so that they can come in and really do away with the sons of God. Okay. All right. Because we have an inheritance, and they want to prolong their society. They want to prolong this beast system, and the Lord is not going to allow that. All right. He's going to destroy them because they're destroying his earth. They're trying to destroy and manipulate the minds of the masses. Okay. Mainly you tribes.
Summit on AI, artificial intelligence safety. It is being held right now in the United Kingdom this week. And our next guest wrote an op-ed in the London Times about how this gathering can reset capitalism, making it more inclusive. Joining us right now is Lady Rothschild. She's the Council for Inclusive Capitalism founder and CEO. And good morning to you. Tell us about this op-ed, and tell us how you think AI can make capitalism, if you will, more inclusive. What are you arguing?
Thanks for having me, Andrew, and greetings from London. First of all, it's a great achievement of the British government to convene global leaders from the G7 and China, as well as the biggest technology companies in the world and the best universities in the world thinking about AI. So this is a great achievement. It is a first. I am sure it will not be the last. I am sure the United States and the United Kingdom will work together on AI. But Britain stated its purpose for this meeting as AI safety. And I say that purpose is way too small. Because AI is going to change everything, for good and for ill. I say, why aren't we asking, how can AI address the structural deficiencies in our economic system? How can AI make our economy work for all? How can AI create a society where it's not us and them, but it's where we all equally believe that the system works for us?
Yeah, so again, that's that oneness. All right. And that goes definitely into Revelation 13:15. They're given power. All right. They have power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. All right. Okay. Because this is going to be a system that that pretty much has rule and authority over men's lives. And they're going to basically, they're telling you how the structure is going to be, ran. They're going to use AI to generate this model, the ideal model. And that ideal model is, of course, it's going to be draconian. All right. It's going to be draconian law. All right. It's going to be a certain rule. It's going to be a very rigorous rule. All right. Because it's all going to be under the guise of, saving the planet. Okay. And they're gonna really gridlock the system. Okay. All right. And yeah, power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. All right. So now we're about to see, when they formulate all this or bring everything together and reset the system, they're gonna bring out new laws. They're gonna bring out a new way, a new standard, a new system, so to speak. And this system, all right, it's going to be an automated system that's geared towards how they want to run society. All right. And if you don't follow this system, all right, and if you're not for the global change and what they're pushing and the narrative that they're pushing, you're going to be ousted, and it's quite clear to see. All right. It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. And the word killed there. All right. It says here,
Strong's G 615. Apartheid.
Right. So to kill in any way, whatever. All right. So they can kill you by cutting you off from food supply, to have it to the point where you can't buy anything. All right, because the social credit score is going to be, up and running in society, and that's part of the technology. Okay, that's part of the AI systems as well. To destroy, to allow to perish. All right, metaphor, to extinguish, abolish. Okay, deprive of spiritual life, and procure eternal misery in hell. All right, deprive of spiritual life, because that's what's going to happen. All right, you're going to have to follow their rules and their regulations. Okay.
It works equally. That's all that anyone wants. And government regulates here, technology innovates there. But I'm calling for a joint declaration.
See, they want government regulation and technology innovation to merge. And what? That is a recipe for disaster.
Of the private sector and the public sector to the common good. It would be the first time in history. This has never happened. And when you think about the power of...
That's an eyebrow raiser right there. It has never happened before. All right, so they're going to give power. They have power to give life unto the image of the beast. Okay? And that's the system. All right? The AI system, the technology, all of these things merged into one. But AI ultimately automating the way of life by way of their ideal image. Okay?
Both. You think government, what's going to happen is...
An authority, all right? It's going to be an authority that it has, okay?
Government's going to produce a communique, and the technologists are going to produce, as they have, a techno-optimist manifesto.
See, a techno-optimist manifesto, all right? Okay, so technology optimizing. Let's see what optimize means, Lakia. Optimize, okay, make the best or most efficient use of, all right, a situation or opportunity or resource. Okay, so they're going to make the best of this technology. And how are they going to do that? Of course, by the new payment systems, getting rid of the old payment system through this great reset. Okay, all right, which everything is in place for it. All they got to do is shut down society. All right, okay, give me a second. All right. So, and they're saying it right in front of our faces, okay?
But where is the public in that? And why should the public believe in it?
Lynn, but here's the thing I think I'm trying to understand, though.
Look at that grin. That woman is evil, okay? That's all I got to say. And she's probably on some type of narcotic that lets her coast as efficiently as she is, all right? We know we're on game to you Edomites, man. All right, these are the devil. All right, that the scriptures speak on.
How this would work is one of the great worries about AI technology is there are obviously the safety issues and misinformation and all of that, but also what it's going to ultimately do to the economy. Now, some people think it's going to supercharge the economy and make it much more productive, but by the way, much more productive might leave even more people behind. So the question is, how can the technology itself, or the companies that are operating these businesses, make it more inclusive for more people, if in fact we think that what it's ultimately meant to do is make people more productive, but that means less jobs?
That's why, Andrew, I'm saying we have to think about our essential social compact with society. That it's not about productivity, about privacy, about any of these very important issues. But what is our...
Right, because they're going to be using those things to exploit. And we're exploiting people's privacy, i.e. social credit system, okay? So, and this is how they're going to, make things efficient and see if anybody is going to, if anybody's being efficient within the parameters of how they got, their laws and regulations that they're going to be putting up.
Foundational belief. King Charles made the Mansion speech this week, 2 weeks ago. And in it, he said, have we asked about our responsibilities to each other and to our community? That's where we have to begin. And then we will deal with how do we make our society more productive with all of the magnificent benefits that there will be from AI, but take care of the people who are not part of it? Do we create more jobs for carers? Do we change our economic incentives so we're no longer giving deductions for carried interest, but we're giving deductions to companies who create gain sharing for workers? There are so many changes. That's why I'm saying it's a root and branch reform of the economy, and there's no better place to start than with AI, since AI is going to be this amazing, magical.
If I was going to put AI as something to
Amazing,
highlight,
magical.
with 50 or 60% of college kids thinking that maybe socialism is a more effective economic model than capitalism, I would point that lens that you want to focus on the shortcomings of capitalism on the de facto shortcomings of socialism and the shift that we're seeing. And we don't need, I don't think, people pointing out more that, oh, we don't do this because of capitalism, we don't do that. Why don't you try to educate the college kids that socialism and the drift into what you're proposing is the real danger of what we're looking at, not nitpicking some of the things in capitalism that might cause people to feel in us versus them. The best way to prosperity is free market capitalism. Why don't you try and get the 60% of college kids that think socialism is a viable alternative and crush that notion?
Joe, you and I are on the same exact page. What I'm talking about is saving capitalism. We are on the same page.
Capitalism is fine.
I've never said that to you before.
That's why people come here. No one's trying.
Yeah, and that's only, giving power to these industrialists. It only gives power to the government. It don't give power to the people, because they already know people are going to be left behind. One, by way, because people are not going to conform to it. Two, is just going to lead people out to basically to fend for themselves. Okay, nobody's going to be able to, a lot of people, are not going to be able to get with this thing, so especially old people, especially people that's going against it. So, Lord willing, this has been edifying. Here I got one more, and this just to prove that, again, you're dealing with the devil, and all signs clearly point to what they're doing. All right, Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and all a taunting proverb against him? Say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right. Oops, Salaki. Verse 5. I don't know why I read that. Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. And this is the philosophy dealing with, the idealistic model that they want to push society into, their philosophy, their whole philosophy behind what they're doing. All right. Okay. Because they transgress it by this wine. So they're transgressing by this wine, the philosophy that they're bringing to the world. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. All right. And is as death and cannot be satisfied. So their taste for power, all right, is likened unto the grave. All right. Because, the grave, the dead bodies never stop going. And it can be said, death can be satisfied. Okay. Because it's never ending. Okay, and that's why the Lord is gonna have to cast death and hell into the lake of fire. All right, he's gonna have to get rid of death. Okay, but their desire, all right, when they want something, okay, then it's likened unto death, because it can never be. They can never quench that thirst, so to speak. Okay, it says, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. And that's what's happening. They're gathering all nations, heaping unto them all people by this model. All right. And really, it's just, like I said in the last video I did, it's a recipe for complete disaster. And this is the the direction they're going, and they're going full speed, and it's quite obvious, So, I know I probably said, a lot. Okay. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, Until next time, I say shalom. All right.